due to which some people are actually missed. Uh, we will start off the meeting right now. We'll start off discussing with Rudraram first, because Rudraram site is small and we do not have much details as of now because the survey is not done. I'll share you the location and I will share you the details and photographs. Based on that, we will proceed further for Dubbacherla. By the time, maybe others also will join. If someone is interested in Rudraram who's joining later, probably they can pick it up in the video itself. Just give me 1 second. Rudraram, as I had mentioned, it's basically we are going for HMDA. It's we are giving you at the cost of 10,000 per square yard. It's basically complete GP layout. This is the actual location. This is a Toshiba, which near Rudraram we have this Toshiba. All this area, most of it is in GP layout, MPR layout is called. There are a lot of issues in this layout, that is true. The current price for this GP layout, if you actually have a good uh, uh, agent there, he can get you for 10,000 per square yard itself. At this location, this line that we are seeing, this line which is going here, this line is actually the 100 feet road, and our land is here. So I've shared the details in the link as well, which I'll share it with you right now also. Total extent is 6.5 acres. There are three owners to it. For now, we are giving 2 acres for the investors where we're giving double registration. So if you're, let's say if you're an investor and you're investing for land, you'll be getting at 4,000 per square yard as the effective price that you'll be registered the land at. And if you're a buyer, it is a 5,000 per square yard, which is the effective cost that you will pay for now. Once HMDA is approved, let's say you're buying 200 square yards plot, it is 400 square yards which is going to be registered to you at the rate of 10,000 per square yard. We'll take back 200 square yards and give you 200 square yards plot. So this is going to be once we have the layout ready, you will have a choice to choose the plots. But initially, since we are only giving land registrations, we start bookings from tomorrow itself. Site visits can be done immediately after meeting. You can just ping me if you look for a site visit. We'll arrange a site visit to Rudraram. We'll explain the location and share you the document details as well. If you actually open the pin, uh, Rudraram wise, it will show you uh, approach road in this way. Here, there is a lot of layouts and a lot of precast walls built already. The roads are a little haphazard here. The best approach to reach this is from opposite Parivar Dhaba. This is a almost a straight approach. It's straight just next to Toshiba. You're just taking a turn and going directly into the site. So it's a good approach, 100 feet road approach that we have. Uh, Apparently, more details at the site visit you can see. In terms of the costing, it is not as great as Dubbacherla, but yes, it's a very good proposition in terms of the distance from the city. This is a better option for investment or for plot purchase. Let me show you. So these are the documents of the owners and the amount that is paid by the developer to these owners, so that this will be shared at the time of site visit or at the time of booking. Uh, this is the actual layout. This is the 100 feet road, which is supposed to be there as per master plan. Actually, as well. This is the 100 feet road that I'm talking about. So our land is just next to here in 877 survey number. The other side is manufacturing zone. This is the 100 feet road as far as master plan is concerned. Currently, it is a 60 feet mud road which is there. It is not a 100 feet road. There's a small depression kind of thing here, and just next to it is our land. I'll show you the pictures as well. This is how it shows for now. This is the 100 feet road which is supposed to be. It's not completely set yet. I've taken photographs on all four sides just to give you a picture. Unlike Dubbacherla that we have taken aerial video, we didn't have time to do this because we wanted the survey to be done first. That survey is taken a lot of time. So uh, Rudraram details will be shared, layout per se and all will be soon. This is the Toshiba factory, which we can see from the site location. So again, as far as the pricing is concerned, cost is 10,000 per square yard. Registration will be double. So effective pricing will be 5K per square yard for the buyers. For the investors, it is going to be 4,000 per square yard is the registration, and all the land will be registered together for all the members with the road access, so that tomorrow we don't have an issue in terms of if the developer does it or not. And it's only 6 acres, so it's not a project that we need to really worry about. So that's for Rudraram part. Any other questions you can ping me or ask me once we finish Dubbacherla discussion as well. Dubbacherla will go a little longer. The reason being, we're very much prepared for it. It's a bigger layout. Uh, just wanted to share this video. I'm sure most of you must have seen. In here, the main thing that I wanted to talk about for Dubbacherla is this is our project location. Here, Pendial and Kalopol. These are two areas where two major villa projects are coming up. And in south, we have a EIPL project which is coming up for 200 acres. So this road which is there for the Dubbacherla, this road is going to pick up major pricing in the days to come. Because this is the only section which is not completely exploited by real estate so far. We've, if you actually see from triple R approaches, this is one approach. This approach is not exploited yet much. This approach is completely exploited. This approach is completely exploited already. So the only approach which is near to the city, near to the airport, at the same time, it's not done yet. Right side, you see a lot of developments, but here, Kalvakol and all, they're just picking up now. So this is the right time to invest in place like this. Dubbacherla, we had actually started off this project 2 years back. So the pricing advantage also we got that way only because the pricing which was discussed 2 years back is what we were taking forward. So as far as the location advantage is concerned, uh, this is the 100 feet road as per master plan. And this actually will be the entrance once phase two starts. I'll show you the layout on a bit. So this is how the land is for now. This side, the layouts which you actually see, this is an HMDA approved layout of Janardhan Reddy Group. And this is belonging to a complete one big family. As they're all landowners are all together, they made agreements with the developer. And we decided to go in phase wise because there are a few passbooks which are still pending in the phase two. Phase one, we are ready. Phase two part, we are going a little later. This is the village, little village which we're talking about. If you actually see the current approach, we are banking on this road, which you can see now. It's one approach, and the other approach is next to the church. So these are two approaches. The other one, there is another approach this side also, but it's a little catch up now. So for the investors who are investing in this parcel of land, this is phase one. For this parcel of land, we are actually giving a very good pricing of 2,000 per square yard for the investor who's going on ROI. And for buyer, we have put a 6,000 per square yard. Double registration, of course, will be there. So effectively, it's going to be 3,000 per square yard is what the cost is for you. This is a little bit of this. This is land that we are talking about. Phase one will come here, basically. I'll show you the layout as well. The next, this HMDA layout, which is next to us, it's completely developed. There are a few villas which are already constructed, as you can see. Very good project, and it's got 60 feet approaches inside. Three of those roads are coming onto us, and we are pretty sure we'll be able to get those open for us also, these roads which are there. once in a while. Once the project starts off, then we'll be going forward onto that. So total is 81 acres, 3 guntas. It's an R3 zone. So phase one, we are doing with 40 feet road access, that is 31 acres and 25 guntas. And phase two, we will be doing it with 100 feet road access. There is a difference. Here you will see that in the master plan, you're seeing survey numbers 2 and 3, which is supposed to be our location. However, the actual survey number that we have is survey number 180. So, sorry, 130. So this is the parcel of land that we are looking at closing first, uh, close to around 8 acres. Within that, again, we are looking at one second. This is the land part. This is actually the layout in terms of the complete 80-acre layout, in which first we are targeting these four bits. Here is what we have, the 40 feet road access. So we're targeting these four. Will all the early investors who are registering in this month and next month, they will be registered land in these parcels first. Once we finish this, then we'll move on to the rest. So monthly we are targeting 5 acres. So total of 15 acres out of these 80 acres will be for investors in early bird. And after that, we will go back to probably little lesser than market pricing, and then we'll get into the market. So the layout is going to be something like this. Phase two, there is a clubhouse that we are planning from the 100 feet road approach. There's going to be a 60 feet road, which two centers. There'll be a clubhouse in phase two, and there'll be a clubhouse on the other end as well. In the middle, we are only concentrating more on the approach part. So we put two centers here. Uh, the Around the centers will be semi-commercial, where we'll be giving it for schools or offices or shopping complexes kind of thing, so that the living area here can be sustained with support systems. This big layouts that you see, this not necessarily will be the same. This is a layout which is prepared for now for our discussion. Either it's going to be semi-commercial or it's going to be villa plots, which are big villa plots. So whoever is choosing for big villa plots can choose for these parts as well. So in effect, you are purchasing in this section only for now, for this month and the next month. By third month, we will have passbooks for phase two also, and we will start. There's only one bit, this section which is showing as the clubhouse and open area. For that part, passbooks are pending. And this section which you're seeing as the green area is a section which again passbooks are pending. This passbooks we already have, which as you can see here, these are all the passbooks that we have. This can be shared with you also after booking, or complete documentation set is ready for the parts that we wanted to go first. uh, in terms of this four parcels, complete documentation parts along with historical documents from 1953. They're already prepared and ready. So once you start site visits from tomorrow, we'll share those documentations with you, take bookings, and once we have 4 to 5 people ready for registration, we'll immediately book the slot for that. Okay. Uh, there are three slots, as I said. There are 3 months: April, May, and June. We'll go in three sets of registrations. Every set of registration, there is a small price hike, so that the developer doesn't feel too lost out. Currently, in that area, most of you know the pricing. This pricing is the best pricing that you have. So apprehensions will be there as to why such low pricing is there. The logic is very simple. This agreement was done 2 years back. We had held it because we didn't get enough passbooks to proceed. Now that we have enough passbooks to launch the project, we've started taking and going further. You can choose villa option, villa plot option, or just ROI for 1 year, 50%. And registration wise, you have enough security coming up for you. Resale value wise, in that area, it's close to around 4 to 5 years after these new projects have come in. But you know the pricing that we are giving to you at. For investors, it's 75 lakhs per acre itself. For buyers, it's 6,000 per square yard is what your effective costing will be. So the layout I haven't published yet on the website. The reason being, we wanted to see if there are any buyers for the big plots. If not, we will make them into smaller plots and then we will upload onto the site. So parks wise is enough. We've given here. There's a lot of space which is allocated for amenities and open spaces. We just want to make this. You all know that we've been planning for a 100-acre project, but in a different farmhouse kind of a sense. But things have changed and things have become more and more commercial. Things are getting more costlier day by day. So we resorted to this layout, wherein residential layout, HMD approved layout, it's gonna be. At the same time, we wanted to give you the best pricing possible so that you can choose bigger plots depending on your choice of investment. So that's it for Dubbacherla and Rudraram. You can choose either locations or both locations. Both the locations are good. Legally, both are clear. Only Rudraram survey is pending. The Dubbacherla survey is also done. So we are just ready to go for registrations. Uh, it's a choice. So anyone who wants to do a site visit, just ping me after the meet. I'll arrange vehicles from tomorrow itself. Probably this week, we will do complete site visits. Anyone who wants to go for booking, they can start bookings tomorrow itself. And at the same time, you will have complete set of documents handed over to you. 10% payment you're making to clean it as booking. The rest payment will be made at the time of registration only, directly to the developer. At the same time, we will pay this 10% to developer because we don't want a situation wherein developer is delaying registration, and that is the only reason we are doing this mid part first. So we're just holding on to that until that slot is going forward. Okay. So that's it for now. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me.
You have mentioned about the investor option, right?
Mhm.
Can you explain further about what exactly it means? Like 1 year, the rate of return is like around 50%. Like, can you please explain, like, what do you mean by that?
So let's say you wish to invest 20 lakhs, okay, and you're investing in Dubbacherla. So for 20 lakhs, at the rate of 2,000 per square yard of non-converted land, land will be registered in your name and development agreement will be taken from you. For this 1 year, developments and all will be done in the layout. After at the time of closure, 20 lakhs plus 50%, that is 30 lakhs will be paid to you and land will be taken back. So you will not have option to retain the land even if the appreciation is too high at the time and you will have to pay the difference amount as a buyer at that particular point of time, whatever the pricing is. So today we are selling at 6,000. So the HMDA layout, which is next to us, it's completely sold out. It was sold at 15,000 per square yard. And these villa projects which are coming up, they are planning to launch at uh, for square feet for a villa. They're planning to launch at 8,000 per square feet. So in terms of square yards, it is going to be costing around 25 to 26. So probably we will be quoting somewhere around 18 to 20. That's how it's going to be.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you. Both the lands are good. Rudraram wise, small project will be completed within a maximum of 9 months to 12 months. 80-acre project will take time for sure. That's the reason we're going in phases. But ROIs will be closed on time. The total time that we have taken from the owners overall is close to 2.5 years to 6 months grace. But we will not wait for that long. because pricing is one thing. Again, if the pricing is too high, it gets difficult for us to sell out. We just taking time. Uh, Investors, 1 year's closures will be done. Buyers, phase one will be handed over to you with HMDA approval. Worst case scenario in 1.5 year. You will not lose 1 year because complete land registrations and then developments will take at least 6 months for the 30-acre part. Phase two, once we do done with phase two, by the time second, it will be going parallel with phase one. But then after 6 months, we'll start a phase two after 6 months once we have the complete documentation and investors ready for it. So overall, close to around 2 years to 2.5 years is what you can look at where your 80-acre Dubbacherla project is completely developed and completely laid out and you're ready to live in along with the semi-commercial establishments being done. So that's how we're planning it. Uh, Taking good enough time for it. 6 acres, how many ever hurdles we see? We're not saying anything more than 9 months for it to be closed.
Sir, good evening.
Sure.
Sir, this one, Dubbacherla is from ORR. What's the distance, sir?
Dubbacherla, overall wise, I actually haven't checked the exact distance. Let me just check right now. From Rajiv
It is.
Gandhi International Airport, it's coming to 26 kilometers. So,
Sir, it's near to Kadatal, sir. This one, Srisailam Highway, sir. This one.
uh, Srisalem Highway, no. Srisalem Highway is different. See, Pedda Golconda is the junction that we are talking about.
Okay, okay, sir.
So this exit is what is something which hasn't been explored much. So if you're talking about connectivity to ORR, it's 12 kilometers.
Okay.
Hardly anything from there going to airport against a big turn. This exit is completely explored, and this exit is also completely explored. Bangalore exit also. So, but this exit is not completely explored yet. Even today, if we go to Maheshwaram and Manchanpalli, we always take this road. We don't take this road. That's the reason we still have an option here. But now that most of the developers have realized that, if you see, uh, this is a side to Butala, right? EAPL said here there is around 200, but this is all conservation zone. Conservation zone is there's a lot of large. Sorry.
I can't.
The zone that we are in, we are talking about in Dubbacherla, we are talking about R3 zone itself. But in this area, there's a lot of conservation zone which is there in this site and all. EIPL has taken 200 acres in conservation zone only. There are very few R1 zones in Pendial which have been closed, and Kalvakol 37 acres, the IAS offices project which is completely sold out also. That's 37 acres project. So we all of these projects coming up here, it's the prices are increasing. As you know, the way Hyderabad works, you suddenly talk about some SEZ or some commercial establishment coming up in a place, and suddenly the prices start shooting up. Now that's they're concentrating a lot in this area as a residential area in terms of villas and all. So that is how they're pushing the prices here also. Good for us. We got the same pricing as we got 2 years back, and we are going ahead with it. But otherwise, this is not an opportunity that any developer would use. So this pricing that we are giving to investors also, it's only for the first 1, 2, and 3 months, post which we'll also meet the market conditions. So 15 acres out of 80 acres is we are targeting at this pricing because that's the same pricing that we are getting at. So it's a win-win situation there.
Sir, here Dubbacherla to buy 6,000, no, sir?
6,000 per
6,000
square.
per.
6,000
Where
per
is
square yard.
Yes, sir.
Well, let's say you're buying 200 square yards, so effectively you'll be paying 12 lakhs, but you'll be getting registered double that. You'll be getting registered 400 square yards of non-converted land.
Additionally, sir. Yes, sir. This sir here, Rudraram is 10,000, sir.
Rudraram is 10,000 per square yard. Same process. You'll be, if you're buying 200 square yards land, you'll be getting 400 square yards registered and development agreement will be taken.
So now, generally other layouts, what is the price, sir, in Rudraram? Generally now,
Rudraram,
what
as I
is the
said, that GP layout, everything is a GP layout there. Maximum, what you'll see there is GP layout only. In this zone is all R1, but Gram Panchayat layouts are very high. So this part we are talking about, currently GP layout 10,000 per square yard. If you have a good agent contact, he can
yes,
get
sir.
you for 10,000 per square yard for a GP layout. We are giving you the same pricing on a HMD layout. As a
HM. Sir, here actually the pharmacy is not there now, sir. Actually, government said in regard towards Dubbacherla like that. So any
Dubbacherla, Pharmacity and Dubbacherla are kind of far. If you're
far,
talking
okay.
about Kartal and all, then what you say is true because the Pharmacity was that side. Kartal and all lost the thing. I agree. But this comes mostly on an approach road towards Bangalore itself. When we
Okay.
are talking about Dubbacherla, this axis which we are talking about, this axis or this axis, all of these are 150 feet roads. As per master plan, these are 150 feet roads which are going towards Bangalore. And once you're stretching away from this 150 feet road, this is all 100 feet road in the master plan. Let me just show that. Yeah.
These are
So
not
this
visible, sir. That one.
can you see it now? Oh, sorry. I stopped sharing.
Nice.
I was actually sharing. One second. Okay. So this is Lilipur that we are talking about. This is the land that we're talking about, which is in R3 zone. This is the major axis which is going towards Bangalore. This is 150 feet road. And this is the 100 feet road. Sorry, 80 meters, 60 feet road, which is there. This is 150 feet road. Marking what is it? But if you actually see as per documents, this is all on 130. We have a disadvantage also, 130 by 2. This layout which is there, Gal Janardhan Reddy Garu was, there is a ACB case on this land, on this HMD layout completely. It's not because of any dispute on the land. Apparently, the money that was used to purchase this land and do the layout was not a conventional method. So there is a case running on it, which we are aware of. But since this is blocked, the survey number is also blocked. So that is also one of the reasons why the landowners decided to go with this because they uh, getting it's very common for a complete survey number to be blocked for registrations. But since we are going through one of the prestigious developers in Hyderabad, it's not a problem. We're going further that at the time of registration because once the slot is taken, it means the registration is going forward. So it's only then that we'll be making the payment.
Sir, here R3 and R1 zone means R3 number of stairs, sir. Floors
No,
we
what
can construct.
happens is, see, R1, R2, R3. R1 is completely residential, and if at some point the height of the approach road is close to around 100 feet or 60 feet or 80 feet, at that time you will get high-rise permissions as well. R2 and R3, you will not have high-rise permissions. And
Okay.
R3, for some people, R3 is also a zone where government might choose to make it into a different zone, which never happens. The way these things work is any residential zone which has been allocated, it might change if there are no layouts in there at all. So tomorrow government might say, okay, I'll start some SEZ there. But once it's approved through HMD, there is nothing that then anyone can do. In the history of Telangana, there is no residential zone which is converted to a commercial zone so far. But it's different types of market discussions that happen. So I'm just giving you a heads up.
Yes, sir. Yes. Thank you.
Sorry, you are talking about dispute. Is it in the this phase one or phase which plot or
We
which
don't
survey?
have a dispute in our land. Uh, See, it's not a dispute as such. See, when we're talking about land disputes, we are talking about either there is some litigation where someone else has got residential paper, or the history of the land from 1953 somewhere there is something wrong. But in here, the dispute is not on the land. If you actually see here, 130 by 2, 130 by 3, this is the land that we are working on. Gal Janardhan Reddy Garu land is 130 by 3, 130 by 4, and 130 by 10. So, according to ACB of Bangalore, Anti-Corruption Bureau, what they say is he used different source of funds to buy this land. So that is the reason they put a hold on it. Nothing more to that. And when putting a hold, they put a hold on the complete survey number. That is
Okay.
there is no litigation or there is no problem on the land. You understood, right? It's not the land problem. It's the buyer who made the project in this section. They say the funds that were used were from a wrong source. So the Anti-Corruption Bureau's case is there, which is pending in the court. Uh, because of which they locked the complete survey number for registration, because part was can do. So when we go for registration, we give them the clarification that this got nothing to do with it, and our registrations will take forward. So
So our survey numbers would be 130 by 2 and 3, right?
130 by 2 and 130 by 3.
Yeah. Okay.
Murli, I have a question.
Sure.
So can you make me understand how purchase option will work? So since you said there will be double registration, double amount registration. So can you clarify a bit more? So why the double amount and what's the purpose?
See, when I'm telling you the price that you'll be paying for this plot is 6,000 per square yard,
Okay.
I am offering you HMDA plot at 6,000 per square yard.
Okay.
But currently, it is agricultural land, non-converted land.
Okay.
So when in non-converted land, let's say complete acre is 4,840 square yards, out of which if you remove 27%, the yield per acre usually is 2,700 square yards only. So as an investor, you are not a buyer as of now. You are an investor. You are an investor who's looking at buying a plot of, let's say, 200 square yards at the rate of 6,000. So, but I cannot give you non-converted land at that price, wherein I am putting you at disadvantage. So
Okay.
what I'm doing is I'm registering double land to you, 200 plus 200 for the same price at 6,000. For 12 lakhs itself, I'm giving you double land.
So it will be 3,000 effective
Development agreement.
price.
Yeah.
Okay.
So tomorrow when I put in roads and all, whatever the land is lost, that land has to be lost from the owner's share, not the buyer's share. That's the idea.
Okay. Okay, got it. So it's a just a kind of promise that we will be provided HMDA layout. So that's why the double amount is
It's just
offered,
a
right?
security blanket for the investor.
Right,
Nothing
right.
more. Yes. And we are putting all registrations together. So anything outward happens tomorrow at this price, we can easily resell and exit at any point of time. So is whatever amount that we are putting in, we're just ensuring that amount is secure and we should be able to get it back. That's it.
Okay. And Murli, and what would the price of GP layout in both the area? I mean, Dubbacherla and Rudraram.
Dubbacherla GP layouts are not there.
Okay.
Rudraram GP layouts are there, so that's the reason I'm able to give you a comparison there. Their GP layout, they are selling at 10,000 per square yard. We are offering HMDA at the same pricing. The
Okay.
only difference between GP layout and HMDA is the norms that the government has. GP layout is not a valid legal layout.
Okay.
The roads will be 20 feet to 30 feet max. As you know, 33 feet is the minimum road that we need to be there in HMDA, and the rules are stringent. The layout cannot be changed. Once one gives you a HMDA layout approval, that cannot be changed. GP layout, they can run through it at any point of time.
One last question. So in case of investments, you are saying the time period of 1 year that 50% return will be given.
Mhm.
So in case that developer is unable to pay that amount, so what option buyer will have?
We are grouping all our investors and buyers in one parcel, sir.
Mhm.
So let's say I'll take the example of Dubbacherla. In Dubbacherla, we are putting all the investors and buyers' investments in this land only. Even if you're choosing, let's say, you're choosing a plot here somewhere. You want this 60 feet road facing. Your choice of plot is this, but
Mm.
your registration will be done in here.
You are not sharing your screen, I guess.
I just thought that. Okay.
Yes.
Are you able to see, sir?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the layout. You're choosing a plot. Let's say you're a buyer. I'm not taking example of an investor
Mhm.
because the investor is not really bothered where his land parcel is going to be.
Right.
As long as he has road access, as long as he is able to sell it, he will not have a problem. For a buyer, he needs to know where his plot is also. So
Right.
let's say there is this buyer who wants a plot here. He is looking at buying a plot here.
Mhm.
For him also, I will do the first initial land registration in this parcel only, along with the investors. So
Okay.
tomorrow, for whatever reason, this project doesn't take off, I should be able to resell this land and get the assured ROI to the investors, and the same ROI will be paid to the land buyers as well.
Mhm.
So let's say you've chosen to buy 200 square yards plot. You're making an investment. For whatever reasons, the project doesn't take off. I'll resell this land and ensure that everyone gets their ROI back. And for buyers, basically, I'll be giving their amount back with 50% also, so that they know that they are not at loss. That's
Okay.
Sir, Murali sir.
Sure.
Sir,
Thanks,
actually,
Murali.
this suppose if you buy 300 square yard,
Mhm.
then the roads will be taken from our 300 square yard, or actually it will be separate, sir.
Okay, that's what I wanted to tell you, sir. Let's say you're buying 300 square yards in here.
Sir.
Okay, but I'm registering 600 square yards to you in this area only. So, as a buyer, roads and all is not from your piece of land. It is a commitment. 600 square yards is being registered in your name, and
Okay.
developer is committing to give you 300 square yards of residential plot. It's as simple as that.
Oh, nice. Yeah, even in Rudraram also same, sir.
Rudraram also see. It's the same. See, it's everything is going through clean deed. All the rules, 50% ROI, everything remains the same. The rates are changing because the locations are different. Simple.
Sir, from Patancheru, Rudraram is around how much distance, sir? What distance, sir? I think Rudraram, sir.
Potentially. This is Rudraram.
Sir, from Patancheru, actually it is near to Geetam, sir.
Yeah.
Geetam.
16 kilometers Patancheru Nichi. So, if this is Isnapur. After Isnapur, this is actually Rudraram, in IIT or Toshiba just backside India. I showed you the photographs, right? You can actually see Toshiba from our land. Yeah. When we are standing in our land, we can actually see the Toshiba factory backside.
Is the approach road good, sir?
Approach road is not ready yet. See, most of the road is like this only for now.
Okay.
Because what we are currently going through, the GP layout, what they did is they didn't lay the roads because they're not bothered about BT roads and all. They just put precast walls for all the plots and they just left it. So going through here, it's very confusing also because some roads are done, some roads are not, some roads are blocked or not. But this approach is pretty clean. When we are going like this and we are taking an exit from here, this road is pretty good. It's a 60 feet straight approach to it. When we go for the site visit, you can see it's pretty nice there.
Was that used to be the lake, the one that I'm seeing?
This one?
No, after that, yeah, the lake after Toshiba.
After
Adjacent to,
Toshiba, this
yeah,
one,
yeah, that's one.
that's a lake body only. I can show you the picture also. Once we are coming back from the side, we can see the lake. This, I've taken picture for that also. Oh, I missed it. The lake is just on the way, sir. If you actually look at this is a 100 feet road, right? The lake is somewhere here. It's on to the left. It's a lake body. It's a water body which is there. This is a water
Okay.
body. This is a bigger water body. This is what we will see when we are coming through this.
Okay.
How far it is from the FTL level, sir?
FTL won't even get counted, sir. See, our site is here. This is a site. If you actually look at the actual water body, there is a huge parcel of land post which there is a water body. So FTL, even if there is a major lake, maximum FTL that you will see the distance is around 9 meters. You will not see anything more than that. Depending on the water body, it will be lesser, much lesser. Sometimes it's only in feet. Worst case scenario, but this is definitely more than that, right? See, Toshiba, this is not a factory. This is a manufacturing unit. So this is basically an electronics thing. If it was a pharmacy or any of that sort, we wouldn't have even ventured into a residential layout just next to it. This is a mechanical, electrical equipment manufacturing company. So there's not much of pollution or anything there. If you talk about Isnapur and all, yes, there are cement factories or sugar factories. That's in when you will see a lot of mixing into air and water. But here we don't have that problem. Things are pretty clear.
Okay, thank you.
So you are saying this would be converted to an HMDA layout, right?
Yes.
So at that point, would the HMDA will ask for the approach road, or would they consider the
Absolutely.
approach road or anything such for the
No,
approval?
HMDA, what it does is HMDA checks to see if there is an existing road which is already laid or
Mhm.
it is as per master plan. So
Okay.
as per master plan, we have 100 feet road on.
Okay.
So this 100 feet road may not be laid right away from Toshiba tomorrow only. It
Yeah.
will take some time, but the layout approval can be given. Simplest.
Okay.
And Murli, where this road 100 feet is connecting, the big road I can see where it is connecting. Which one is that?
This, okay, you want to
Yeah,
see?
T point.
Let me just show you the whole thing. 1 second. See this 100 feet road before Toshiba, the entrance which is there,
Mhm.
it is, this is all Toshiba. Okay.
Okay.
So you are entering from here, this 100 feet road goes through that. The water body that I was talking about, which we can see on the way,
Mhm.
these are the water bodies as per the plan. And this is a parcel of land. From here, this 30 feet road is again branching into other sides also.
Mhm.
Plan wise, it's a very good residential plan which is done with the manufacturing units and all as well. It takes time. This is a Lagdaram Cheru, which is a water body again. This is all a manufacturing zone again. And all of these are connected through 100 feet roads itself. So Chitkul and all, it's completely
So
layout.
is that also in plan or already developed road? The big road which is
This is all
connecting.
in plan. This is all in plan. It's not Lagdaram and all. If you see, you will only see mud roads as of now. The kind of roads that I showed you.
Okay.
The same roads are there. This is not something, I'm not promising you a developed approach as of today. I'm
Mhm.
promising you a developed HMDL layout
Okay.
with a good potential for appreciation. You're buying it at 10,000. Let's say this 100 feet road is laid. You will easily sell it at 30,000 minimum. There are plots that you're selling in Kollur today at 50,000, 70,000. The reason being BT roads were done. Kollur, if you talk about just 2 years before, when the BT roads were not done, the pricing was hardly 20, 25,000 per square yard. Today, 60,000, 70,000 minimum is what is going there. So that's
Right.
how. It's all about the livability of a place, which decides the pricing for it.
Right.
As long as people are moving in, as long as the logistics are good, as long as facilities are good, prices will keep shooting up. There is no
Right.
stopping that.
Thank you, Murli.
Thank you, sir. So, to sum it up, both are very good options. If you are looking at living in the length, let's say next 3 to 4 years with a villa constructed, Rudraram is a good option near to the city. If you're looking at an investment option which is good for the future, Dubbacherla is a very good option. So both are highly appreciating lands, and we don't usually put fingers on land that easily unless and until we know for a fact the returns would be high. There are many projects through Clean Deed which we couldn't take off also, owing to the investors not showing much interest. But then, yes, if not today, tomorrow, you will see the difference. So, in the same way, these two lands also, appreciation wise, there is no chance of a miss. Appreciation will happen and within short period of time. So, my request and suggestion is have a site visit, see the place, look at the documents, get it verified through your sources, but make the investment at the earliest possible. It's as simple as that. If any questions, please shoot. Others also should be able to benefit from your questions. I'm open.
Yeah, Murli.
Sure,
Yeah, this is Murthy.
sure.
So regarding investment option,
Mhm.
so do you have any testimonies of your earlier investors?
Testimonies of earlier users from the same developer, no. From other developers, yes, we ensure uh, there from the last 2 3 years we've been doing investments. I'm not saying all the investments went through well, but I'm not saying they failed as well because we didn't go to a point of having to resell the land yet. There is one which is being dragged. There is one which is being negotiated as we speak. Because in the last 1.5 years, there was no real estate sale at all. So most of the developers are in soup. But now we are hoping things to pick up from post this April, from June onwards. We're hoping to see good spike in prices and all. So everyone would get settled. So at any point of time, testimonies wise from the same developer, I may not be able to give you, but yeah, I have people who have invested before. I can share you those details. You can have a word with them.
I'm asking about the clean deed role.
Clean deed, as usual, sir. See, what we do is, let's say a developer wants to sell a piece of land at 10,000. Either we bring in group of buyers, we ask him to give it for 8,000, or we tell him, you give it for 5,000, I'll get you investors. So the developer pays up after the 1 year, good for him and good for the investor. If the developer, for some reason, like the difficulties that we are facing currently today, if the developer is not, we negotiate things to settle in both. Basically, we play the minister role in both the parts. We ensure that no one is at going for complete loss. Let's say developer is someone who is backing out completely, who is not able to give you the ROI nor give you an option. We will resell the land and get your money because we are buying it today less than half of market price. Tomorrow, if I have to resell it, even if I sell it for, let's say after 1 year, I sell it for the same price also, I should be able to give you your investment, ROI, and my commission as well. So that is how we plan the pricing there.
So that's
Uh,
what I am asking. Do you facilitate for that?
yes, yes, 100%, 100%. That's the reason we're pulling all the investors and buyers together. If you actually see, uh, I keep telling that you can choose any plot you want. You can, let's say, even if you choose a plot here, I will still register lands here only because my major concern is all my investors and buyers should have road access. And this parcel of land, if things go wrong, I should be able to resell. I don't
Yeah,
want my investors and buyers amount to be stuck because at the end of the day, that would mean collapse of my business. Is that simple?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
And only one last question. So let's say if someone is buying, so what the other charges? Who will be bearing those, like registration charges and those things?
See, buyers' registration charges will be borne by the developer now. When the HMDA plot is being registered, you will be bearing the registration charges. For
Okay.
investors, both the ends, developer will bear.
So currently just have to pay the upfront amount, the
Yes,
per square
that's
yard.
it.
That's it.
Yes, that's it.
Okay. Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Let us know the site visit details whenever you are having for
So
both the
just
sites.
ping me, sir. Just ping me, saying you want to go for site visit, when you want to go. Based on that, I will make the preparations and let you know. Choice of dates is yours. From tomorrow, the whole week we are open for site visits. Timings you can choose. Just share me once you ping me, just share me your location. I'll ensure that the vehicle comes and picks you up and takes you to the location. So, because the faster you do the site visit, the faster you decide, the faster you will book. So that's
Right.
the only thing that we're looking at. Any other questions that anyone might have? Other than the campaigns, I've also sent you the Zoom meeting links through my phone, so that you can reach me at any point of time if you have any concerns, doubts. Uh, as you know, I don't withhold any information. There is no secrecy here. It's complete transparency with the developer, with me. You can sit with the developer also directly, have a discussion, and only then take a call. You can look at the documents, get them verified, and take a call. But my request is take a call at the earliest possible, because next month pricing and next month prices will keep increasing, because from the developer's end, we should also look at his margin part. It's not just giving him cash flow, but contracting him to the extent. So the sooner the investments, the better for everyone. So that's my humble request. At any point of time, for any support, 24 hours, unless and I'm sleeping, I'll always answer. Sure. Thank you, sir.